Hello students, welcome back to the class. So in last week we have studied the trophic movements, which are growth related movements in the plants. Now today we are going to talk about the Nastic movements. So what is Nastic movements? Nastic movements are response to stimulus which leads to growth independent non-directional movements. Here, the stimulus may be in the form of touch, stimulus may be in the form of heat, stimulus may be in the form of light. So these are the stimulus. With that stimulus, the response is generated in the plant, and that response is what we call as non-directional and growth independent response. Here, what does it mean? It means that in Nastic movements, it is not mandatory that whatever responses are generated, that all responses should be growth related responses or which will help in growth of the plant. Okay, so such responses or such movements are called as what? Nastic movements in the plants. So Nastic movements are again divided into thigmonastic movements and photonastic movements. So what is thigmonastic movement? Response to stimulus such as touch. Response to a stimulus such as touch, which leads to a growth independent non-directional movement, and that is called as thigmonastic movement. So the best example here, that when you touch the leaves of touch me not plant, the leaves get folded. So the scientific name of the touch me not plant is Mimosa pudica. So why the leaves get folded? That touch is a stimulus here, and with respect to that stimulus, leaves get folded. So folding of leaves is a response, and that is a kind of plant movement. Here folding of leaves not showing any growth, or it is not a growth related movement. But how does folding of leaves take place? So this folding of leaves takes place with the help of special cells which are present at the base of the leaf, called as pulvinus or the pulvini cells. These pulvini cells are filled with the water, and they are loosely arranged with the large intercellular spaces. When you touch the leaves of the touch me not plant, the signals or the impulses are created, and that impulses or signals will reach the base of the leaf called pulvinus, and it will finally reach the cells of pulvini. After that, the cells which are filled with water, which cells? The pulvini cells which are filled with water, and because of that the leaves are erect. Okay, so when you touch, the signal will pass to the pulvini and cells of pulvini, and cells of pulvini will lose the water into the large intercellular spaces, and once they lose the water, the leaves get folded, and after few minutes, after 10-15 minutes, again the water is reabsorbed by the cells of pulvini with the help of osmosis, and again the leaves get its original, what we called as position. So leaves regain its what? Position. So that is how what the folding of leaves takes place in the Mimosa pudica, and it is the best example of thigmonastic movement. Next come to photonastic movement. What is photonastic movement? Photonastic movement is response to stimulus such as light as a touch, which leads to a growth independent non-directional movement, and that is called as photonastic movement. Here in photonastic movement, the stimulus is light. For example, the opening of Mirabilis jalapa flower at certain time. So it is commonly called as 4 o'clock plant. The scientific name is Mirabilis jalapa. Next, One more example that we can see that opening of the petals in the dandelion flower, and during daytime in dandelion flower, during daytime the petals get open. And one more example, during evening time, the flower called moonflower, evening time the petals get open. So why it is during particular time? It is mainly depends on the intensity of light. So light is going to play a role of stimulus here, and based on that they show what we call as the Nastic movements. But these Nastic movements are growth independent and non-directional movements. Please remember this. Okay, so this is about Nastic movements. Now next students, we are going to talk about the control and coordination in the animals. Control and coordination in the animals. So control and coordination in the animals take place with the help of what we call as the nervous system and endocrine system. Nervous system and endocrine system. So what is nervous system and what is endocrine system? Nervous system, where the neurons, the brain, the spinal cord and the other neurons which are spread throughout the body are involved in the nervous system. And endocrine system is a system in which the endocrine glands are involved. So endocrine glands, what are these glands? Glands are the parts or organs of the body which releases or produces some amount of chemicals or certain specific chemicals called as hormones, which are going to play an important role in metabolic processes of our body, that are called as glands. And these endocrine glands will help in control and coordination in animals. So first of all, we'll talk about the nervous system. The nervous system is mainly divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system includes brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system is again further divided into autonomic nervous system and somatic nervous system. And autonomic nervous system is again divided into sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So one by one we are going to talk about the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. First of all, come to central nervous system. So central nervous system or any nervous system is under the control of what we call as neurons. Neurons are a nerve cell. So how you define nerve cell? Nerve cell or a neuron is a structural and functional unit of nervous system. Structural and functional unit of nervous system. So briefly we'll talk about the structure of the neuron. Neuron is having a cell body and axon. Cell body is branched into dendrites, and cell body has dense cytoplasm with a centrally placed nucleus. The axon is elongated part of the neuron which is covered by myelin sheath, and axon branched into nerve ending. Axon branched into nerve ending. So once again I repeat the structure of the neuron. Neuron made up of cell body and axon. Cell body is branched into dendrites. Cell body has a dense cytoplasm with a centrally placed nucleus. Axon is the elongated part of the neuron which is covered by myelin sheath which will protect the axon, and axon branched into nerve endings. So my dear students, the remaining part we will see in the next video. I hope you have understood the Nastic movements what we have discussed, and nervous system what we have seen, and neuron cell or nerve cell structure. So thank you students. See you in the next video. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe.